Testing.
Hello?
1, 2, 3.
Can you guys hear me?
Is this better?
I still need to hit record. My mic on?
Nope. Hit that button.
Hold on, my kids need me.
Testing.
I don't think I'm recording.
I forgot to grab a Dr. Pepper.
I'm Nick.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Emily.
And we don't claim to be experts. Howdy, y'all. Welcome to another episode of We Don't Claim to Be Experts. Why am I doing an accent? This week we're talking about pool life in the 90s. Apparently it was a big time in the 90s for pools. A lot of things changed, especially safety concerns. We go over some of those, and are we allowed to eat before going in a pool? I did it anyway, but I don't know. Some places says that you weren't allowed to do it, including the Boy Scouts of America, strangely enough. We're going to dive into that, as well as Emily is going to do a one-handed typing test. You didn't ask for it, but it's what we got. And also, Emily's going to do a little trivia with us at the end and see how old we are. I still use a smiley face emoji all the time, and apparently that dates me. Anyway, strap down, buckle up. Here we go.
Yeah, so what happened this week?
Okay.
I didn't work as much, I hope.
Let's see.
My headphones almost caught on fire, so that's why I have different ones in this
Oh,
week.
jeez.
Just listening to too much music, listen to too much hard rock.
Yeah.
No, I was charging them, and the charger melted.
Wow.
Bazinga.
Guys, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I hate it when that happens.
Same.
Just can't plug anything in anymore.
No, it's kind of makes me nervous.
Inconvenient.
I will say the neighborhood hawks, red-tailed hawks, are getting their nest ready. They're supposed to be laying eggs
Oh.
mid-March.
Oh my goodness. They're going to have a shock this weekend. Or last weekend. I've already messed up.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they've been going to their
man.
nest. They've been taking big sticks. Their nest gets bigger every single year. And I think last year the hawks had 3 babies.
Oh, toe beans.
She's like, I love the one-eyed blink.
Can you say hi?
Oh, she's so cute.
She's
She doesn't
unimpressed.
know what she's looking at. She looks like she's about to fall asleep already.
Yeah,
Ella
she-
jumped into my arms, and that's
I
one of the first things her and Chandler did that I thought was so sweet, is they actually talked to each other. Like, Ella meows back at Chandler at different voices,
Aw.
different tones and everything.
Well, that's cute.
She's like, yeah, I'm
That's
going to
cute.
get ready, and then I'll feed you, okay? She's like, meow.
Aw.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Mater's coughing up a lung over here.
Does Mater talk back? Does he bark back?
Daisy does.
He huffs at me when he gets upset. He goes,
Huff.
huff.
I gotta.
Right, what are we talking about today?
Oh, I got to bring it up naturally. We got to keep talking about stuff, and I'll find the perfect segue.
Okay.
Emily, what are you holding?
I'm holding my phone. Last night I went
Oh.
and took care of a neighbor dog, and I think it's interesting that people leave their blinds open at night with their lights on. How do you guys feel about that?
I
Wait,
like it.
did a neighbor dog or your neighbor Doug? What did you say?
Our neighbor dog. A neighbor's dog. I went and took the neighbor's dog outside potty, and so I was walking around when it was dark,
Oh, that's sweet.
and
Uh-huh.
some people have their blinds open at night, and I'm just not that kind of person. I feel like when your blinds are open and your lights are on, you're at a disadvantage because you cannot see if someone's looking at you.
I see it two ways. Obviously, the privacy. But if you're in a situation where, your defenses are kind of down or you're slow or something like that, I think it gives an opportunity for people to be able to see through your blinds to see if anything's awry. And so, are you talking? I
if
assume
you're
you're talking
home-
about Devon. Yeah.
But if you're home,
No, I think if you're home too, it's like, how come that person has a flashlight going around their home or something?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Do you shut your blinds?
I don't know.
I don't know. I have a little too much of dad in me where, the sun's setting, you've got to shut the blinds.
And it's interesting because the older dad gets, he lets them stay open longer.
Really?
Like, I'll be like, can I shut these? Or, you want to shut them? Like,
Yeah.
like, that's kind of funny.
But okay, wait, hold on, because it's like, I mean, if you know the neighbors, They're not gonna be there looking out their
No.
window, staring into your blinds.
No.
Somebody may be walking by and looking into your house.
It's like I'm wearing a swimsuit and I'm not in the pool. I don't want people looking, okay?
Emily, I said it was supposed to come naturally.
That was that was a completely innocent comment. And that was the perfect segue.
Oh my goodness.
I lobbed you a softball.
Here, let me just hit out of the park. Emily, that's crazy you brought up swimsuits and pools. Cause guess what, guys? That's the topic of the week. You're not supposed to specifically bring
I didn't even think about what we were talking about. Like it was just
That's
something.
okay. I wasn't gonna come up with a good segue anyway.
It was
but I
just
thought
it was
great.
just something I said where I was really thinking like, when do I feel vulnerable? And I was like, when I'm in a swimsuit.
Yeah, that's fair. Did you even care about putting on the swimsuit, going to Nana's pool back in the day? I felt like it was just second nature. Like, we go into Nana's, swimsuits on. Like, that's what we're doing
I remember
today.
feeling weird wearing a bikini. I used to call it a bokini
Bokini.
as a
Like,
kid.
you're from the South. Gotta put on my bokini.
My bokini.
Do you remember going into the clubhouse to change?
There was a clubhouse?
Yeah.
What the?
That's
I
where
do
we went
remember
potty.
that. Oh.
They had pool tables.
It was very like
old people.
80s, like late 80s, early 90s design.
Interesting. I kind of remember that now.
It was like creepy. You'd hear like dripping water in the basement.
And it stunk.
Yeah.
Were there other kids, or was that an old people place where she lived?
Yeah, just if people brought their grandkids. I think they were
Okay.
mostly like older or like younger people with no kids.
It was like
Gotcha.
a retirement community, not an old people.
That's what I said.
Senior.
Yeah, I remember
Or
more
aged
from the
adults.
photos now of Nana's pool, but I remember having a blast. We'd always go there, Tanner would come down, or, we'd go with the Jarvises, but I don't know. I didn't also care about safety, but I also, in that same point, it's like, I feel like I was also learning how to swim, also swimming, and so it was Mom was testing me to see if I was picking up my swimming lessons.
I do remember almost drowning in that pool.
Oh my.
That is terrifying.
I didn't have my floaties on, and I was like just holding on to the side, and I was being careful. Well, I tried to go just like one step too far, and I remember looking over at the adults, and they were on the far end of the pool, and then I like lost my footing. Luckily, Grandpa Byron came over and like grabbed me and pulled me up.
Wow.
But it was like, I remember that moment where I was like, oh no. I was young. I was pretty young, but I do remember that.
Man, that's terrifying. I'm glad he was watching. He probably felt obligated, especially
Yeah.
since the pool was at their place. He's like, I gotta be watching.
Yeah, he's like, okay.
Someone's gotta be doing this, watching
Yeah.
these kids.
Do you remember the little keys? They had like little, like black little,
Like locker keys?
yeah, like medallion little things on them.
To get into the pool?
Yeah, she had like these little keychainy things. I don't know. I
Huh.
wonder what happened to those.
I hope Pam has them.
Passed down.
Yeah, or
Don't
maybe
you
they
think
have
they
to
just
like
return to the
give
pool?
them back when
that
they
place?
sell, or I don't know. Like,
They were
The
cool
facility
though.
probably owns them.
yeah. Well, it was like a bunch of them, like year after year after year, like a collection of them. Not like, I don't know. They were just like these keychain things. Anyway,
Huh. So do you remember taking swimming lessons?
no. Yes,
I don't think Emily and I really ever did swimming lessons. You did.
Yeah.
we did with our daycare,
Yeah.
but we didn't really have
But
to
I
like learn
felt
anything.
like that was like 2 times.
Yeah, we went like a couple summers, like multiple times throughout the summer.
I don't remember that.
And then I learned in like, because we had a pool by our house, and so during junior high we would like, I learned how to like pull someone out of a pool. Remember that? Did you guys have to do that in gym?
No.
I had to do
Well,
that
maybe.
in achievement days.
Yeah. I had to do it. I think I had to do it in gym at least once, but I mainly did it for scouts, like water safety and like creating your
Gotcha.
own buoy, buoyancy device, whatever. Yeah, you could do that. Did you guys do that? How to, create a flotation device? by yourself if you fall in a
Yeah.
pool?
Were you jumping in your clothes and have to fill them with air?
Yeah, you have to pull your pants off if you're in the water, and then you tie it off, and then you have to fill it with air, and then you hold on to it.
I do remember that, but I don't remember my pants.
Has to be your pants. First roll of points, Emily. It has to be the pants.
I blocked that out of my mind.
We went
Yeah,
to
I did.
Kim Schwendeman's mother-in-law's house or mom's house to do it in Achievement Days.
Is that? Oh, no, maybe that. I'm trying to think of whose house we went to. We did do it at the rec center, swim lessons for daycare. But then we also went to some person's house that lived over by where Asian Star was.
Asian Star used to be. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was that her house? Was that Kim Schwindeman's mom's house?
No, so that was just a friend of, what's her name from New Time?
Yeah. Fritchie?
And
Kathy?
Kim
Kathy?
Schwendeman's mom was over by like Olympus.
Oh, that's right. I remember something from it. I actually remember doing the swimming lessons at the rec center, and then going to that person's house. I hated it because it was just an outdoor pool, and it was freezing. And we still had to do the
and it was in the
swim lessons.
shade.
Maybe that's why they did it. It's, for the shock of, not all water is the same, and it can all kind of treat you differently.
Figured out, kids.
Yeah, but I don't remember Nana's pool ever being cold. Maybe the other one was just too deep. I don't know the
I feel
technology.
like with
of
Nana's
pools.
pool, it was just so many core memories were made there.
Mm-hmm.
And our Nana would always wear a muumuu.
Yeah,
Moomous don't get
Nana-
enough credit these days.
So Nana is our mom's grandma, which is our great grandma.
Yes. Do you think she had a swimsuit under?
Listeners know.
Think she had a swimsuit under that muumuu?
I think
She
she did.
did.
Every once in a while, she'd get in.
Ready to jump in and save us, or probably just to relax and enjoy the pool rather than. I think she does like.
Yeah.
I think that was the sweetest thing. It was just seeing pictures of her face and just seeing like people getting the enjoyment of coming over to the pool to her place. Yeah, that's sweet. But it also reminded me of Grandma and Grandpa when they moved to their new place and had their pool, of how much they
They're
loved
a
taking us.
senior community.
That was an old people's place. They loved that too. Grandpa loved taking us over there to that pool. I remember that clubhouse. A pool table was in there. They had pool everywhere.
And then Grandpa would use like the pool skimmers to like pull us around the pool.
Yeah, he never got in, but he wanted to make sure we'd have fun. He's probably so
Mhm.
terrified that something was going to happen to us. Straight up fear. All right, yeah. So pool life. That's what we're talking about. We have a lot of fun memories. But did you guys know that the 1990s were actually a delicious part for pools, especially in people's homes?
A delicious
Oh.
part. I
Yeah.
find that verbiage amazing.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Tell us more.
I mean, a lot of my memories, I guess, were from pools in the 90s and early 2000s.
The first time I
never
ever
thought
catcalled a
about-
boy was at a pool.
Oh, Katie. Yeah, and the rec center too. We go down to the rec center quite a bit. We were kind of fortunate for the amount of pools we had in our life.
I'm amazed, like, I mean, my kids are young still, so it's probably hard for me to imagine, but it's like, I'm amazed that we went to, like, places, like, the pool without an adult.
Right.
Like, or ice skating, or, it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what age my kids will be before I'm like, all right, you can do it. Fly your little wings. But I feel like it was a lot younger for us than it is today. There's a lot more crazy stuff in the world now, I feel like. Or you're aware of it more, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Furbies are back, so.
That's right. My little Furby told me a secret.
Yeah. Yeah, I never thought of that. Like, if there's, if it's just, older, you want to make sure kids are older and kind of prepared for all the craziness before you set them out. Do you think Finley would ever come up to say, hey, I'm going to the rec center with my friends, like, next year? How long do you think it'd be?
I don't know.
I'm going to
I
walk
don't know,
down to the
Finley-
rec center.
And I think every kid's different too. Like, it was funny because, okay, so this week, Mom was talking about a concert at a venue, and she's like, oh, I want to go. And I was like, that place is dangerous. And she's like, it's not. I used to take you there all the time. I was like, no, I was never allowed to go there. We drove by it so you could show me how scary it was, and I wasn't allowed to go there. And she's like, ooh, I was harder on you than I thought. And she's like, I used to take Nick there, I think. And it's kind of funny.
What venue?
Kilby Court.
I was just going to say, it sounds like Kilby Court.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great venue. I like that only 5 people can fit in there.
I know, she's like, it's sold out already.
Oh, it's sold out, yeah. Took half a second. All right, so in the 1990s, I was curious because, I don't know, at least as I look back, it seemed like pools were bopping. You know, people had pools, big pools. You know, we were just always at a pool, especially in the summer. Turns out in the 1990s, swimming pool industry finally got what it needed in a long time. Get a load of this. Input from consumers. What came around in the 90s?
Internet? Candy.
The internet. Candy in my pocket. Studies were commissioned, and consumers wanted lower maintenance pools that were easier to operate. Studies showed the safety was also a big concern. The pool industry addressed those concerns by offering high-quality automatic cleaners, yada yada, just more availability. People can get these things, access these things easier, and could easily talk to pool companies. Like I mentioned, pool safety.
I remember
boomed.
I remember being like a pretty young kid, and I was watching something like it was like a CBS nightly news or something, you know, like one of those like syndicated shows, and they were showing that like there was like a danger with like the plug coming out in a pool and like you dying. And I remember like that was a new fear in my life where I was like, I was scared of going anywhere near the like drain in a pool because I thought like it became like very real to me that it was being shown on the nightly news, and so I had this like
Or like
new fear.
those baskets.
Yeah.
The baskets were terrifying. I don't know why, but I was terrified of the baskets.
So pool safety became top priority. Swim lessons, you know, it seemed like I was just taking swim lessons all the time. The 1990s is when water safety became more than a cursory concern. I don't know what I must have mistyped that. Yeah, it became a movement. 2/3 of those in the market for a pool had concerns related to safety and children. I guess just kids were, you know, tons of accidents were happening. Pool baiting safety advocates, as they were dubbed, took the message to heart in inundating mainstream media with horror stories. In 1991, the magazine's then editor Jim McCloskey wrote, "Recently I saw a story that backyard pools in Arizona had been branded as serial killers," quote, in an educational campaign. The damaging sentiment was picked up by the Los Angeles Times. Public perception of the industry's product was such a concern that William Sudd, the then executive director of the National Spa and Pool Institute, you guys read up on that much?
Just because I didn't know that existed.
Yeah,
he appeared on Brian Gumbel on NBC's Today Show to share the industry's message for safety. There, he told millions of viewers that water safety is everybody's problem. So it just became a huge push for safety. This actually, Emily, it's funny you mentioned that CBS News report. I think this is from the same report. I don't know for sure. But per CBS News, people thought that they're better swimmers than they actually were. How good do you think you guys are at swimming? Do you think you could just jump into any body of water and get yourself to the shore, or get yourself to the next thing?
15 years ago,
Swimming?
yes.
Have you lost your swimming touch?
A distance? It depends on the distance.
I had to do a lot of it for Boy Scouts, a lot of swimming things, and we actually we had to do this thing where we jumped into Bear Lake and we'd have to swim laps like around this square in freezing cold water.
In a lake.
I didn't complete mine. Yeah, I didn't complete mine.
I don't blame you. That sounds awful.
85% of Americans said that they could swim, but then only a little over half of those people could perform the 5 basic skills for water competency. That means almost half, 44% to be specific, cannot accomplish those skills to save their lives in water. In order to test their confidence, Here's what the U.S. Navy divers showed the CBS News. The 5 basic water safety. I'm just going into water safety now, guys. Making sure everyone's competent. So be taking notes, okay? Okay, so the first step is being able to step or jump into water that's over your head and being able to come up to the surface while breathing in a relaxed manner. That could be tough, especially if you jump into cold water. I think the shock of jumping into a cold pool is terrible. It's terrifying. Cold pools.
Yeah.
Yes.
Much
It's
rather
awful.
jump into a hot tub.
But like, also, what pools aren't cold when you first jump into them? Besides hot tubs, like.
Yeah. Well, I know I have to ease, and I gotta dip my toe, and then dip the rest of my foot, and then my leg. I can't just go full bore into the cold water. That shock, too much. Hypothermia, that's worse than drowning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I just
Don't
got
quote
the
me on that.
It's worse than drowning.
Yeah, that's probably insensitive. I'm
Hypothermia,
sorry.
you don't get dead for a long time, but drowning, you get dead pretty quick.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd hate to be cold. Okay, the next one is float and tread water for a minute. Next one, being able to turn around and find an exit out of the water. Find an exit out of the water. Next one is swimming 25 yards to exit out of the water. And the last one, being able to get yourself out of the water. If it's a pool, being able to push yourself out without the help of a ladder. Can you guys do that? Or do you need a ladder? I feel like I need a ladder.
I think now I need a ladder.
I think I need a ladder.
I've always needed a ladder.
I need a crane. Just kidding.
I've always been
It feels
so
like
impressed
it
if
sometimes,
people
though.
can jump out. If it's like a 3-foot pool, I can jump out. If it's above my head, I'm gonna need a ladder.
Yeah.
I think I have a new goal. Get better at swimming.
It's great exercise.
It is.
So-
We have a rec center just down the road, so maybe I need to go to the rec center.
You got a rec center too? If you go there like 5 o'clock in the morning, I bet it's filled with people
It's
needing
hopping.
that exercise. Yeah.
You're not allowed to go during certain hours because the high school has access to it.
Oh,
Oh.
how rude. Not really. I don't. I have no opinion. I'm just teasing.
What were your guys' favorite pool things to do in a pool? Things to play with? You know, come pool, or you just like to swim? Did
I
you
like
do anything
sinkies.
specifically?
Yes.
Sinkies.
Yeah.
What's a sinky?
One of the things that sinks.
And then you dive after.
Like the little rings.
Oh, I was thinking of those long
Nick had
sticks.
rings.
Yeah, those two.
I was thinking of the
those two.
sticks. Is that a sinky?
Yeah.
I should
a
have looked
weight
up
on it.
sinkies.
But
I
they're
forgot
bright
all about
colored
those.
so you can see them.
Yeah. Wait, did you guys open your eyes underwater?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that bad? Is that why?
Did you?
Is it bad to open your eyes
Probably.
underwater? Somebody look that up. Is it bad to open your eyes underwater?
You're putting chemicals
know.
into your eyeballs, so probably.
Yeah. I don't know why. I couldn't see crap. It's so blurry.
It's because we would get goggles and then they'd break. They'd snap on the sides and then you didn't have goggles.
Plus, it was
Oh,
too
yeah.
tight.
It's true. You had this
It hurt
pair that
so
were
bad.
they were way too small for you, and it would pull your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I don't
I'm
want goggles
googling
anymore.
opening.
See, Kate, if you could type with one hand, you'd be there by now.
Not as cool as Emily. Indeed, opening your eyes underwater increases the risk of a few types of eye irritation and damage. In studies examining the eye effects of public swimming pools with chlorine or bromine treated water, red eyes, irritation, itchiness are all commonly reported.
I always wonder why my eyes hurt. It's all adding up. It's all coming together.
Ugh. I don't like the smell of chlorine. Do you guys like the smell of chlorine?
Yeah.
I like the smell of a pool. Is that all just chlorine? Is that the smell of chlorine?
No, bromine is another popular one.
Like this, like if you walk into the indoor pool at the rec center, I like the smell of just that ambiance. I think that smells nice. I don't know if I've ever smelled just chlorine. Also,
Chlorine
chlorine. That's a
smells like
cool
bleach.
name. I'm gonna write that down. Chlorine nailer.
Gonna name your child that.
My firstborn.
Megatron? Isn't that what Dane Cook used to say? Name his kid Megatron.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm taking a typing
Okay,
test
so-
really quick.
With one hand.
Listen to our Furby episode to understand why we need to know about Emily typing with one hand.
Oh gosh, this is hard.
I took a typing test during one of our podcasts.
Yeah, this is what we do. Okay, hold on.
We get distracted.
Okay,
This is what we do.
Okay, 26 words per minute with one hand.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
That's pretty impressive.
Okay, continue. Pool safety.
Wait, do you do capital letters too?
No, I didn't. I wanted it to be a fair, because that wouldn't be one hand. Are you going to do it now?
Yeah, I'm doing two hands. I'm not doing good. I did it forever ago, and I must have been on my A game. All right, one of my favorite toys for the pool was the pool noodle. Do you guys like a good pool noodle? I mainly liked hitting you guys, I think, and hitting people with the pool noodle. But I also like doing it in the pool.
Or like shooting water through it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And riding it like a seahorse.
I know. Yeah, that's exactly. I was going to say straddle it, but I like the seahorse better. It could have been riding anything, but I'm glad you said seahorse. Was that what you imagined, Emily? The pool makes sense. You're in water.
Well,
so
I
you
was
have to
just
be
trying
riding.
to describe
Horses
it.
aren't in water. Horses don't go in water. It's a seahorse. Do you guys know what pool noodles are made out of? What the foam is? You know what the name is?
No.
I'm gonna say it. You might have heard it before. It's polyethylene.
Oh, that's
Pool
interesting.
noodles are used by people of all ages. Pool noodles are useful when learning to swim, for floating, for rescue reaching, and various forms of water play. Yeah, it's funny. I think they're supposed to help people, float, but I use them for everything else. Most common dimensions are 5'3". That's crazy. I always seemed like it was like 20 feet when I was a kid.
I liked when they made it so that you could buy the little connector. Yes, game changer.
Yeah. Do you know what that's called?
No.
It's called a canoodle.
Oh.
Short for connect a noodle.
Connect. Big.
For some reason,
fan.
in my brain,
Honey, where'd you
I
put
can
the
see
canoodle?
Nick putting the canoodles on his arms
Oh yes.
and using
yes.
those as floaties.
Yeah, I'd put them on my hands, and I'd be like shooting
Mhm.
things.
Sounds
I
right.
think so, too.
Let's see. The pool noodle outside of the pool can also be used to protect sharp edges and corners. The term water woggle. Let's see. Where does water woggle come from?
Excuse you.
Oh, so the original name. Oh, that's what I wrote this down for.
Okay.
So originally, it wasn't always the pool noodle, guys. I hate to break it to you. It was originally called the water woggle. It derives from a trademark from the 80s, which a foam water toy was created. The term noodle derives from Jack's Pacific's trademark Fun Noodle water product, which created the foam tube water toy. So it wasn't until the noodle came out, the Fun Noodle came out, that we started calling pool noodles.
Huh.
I can't remember. Oh, I was gonna look up what Jack's Pacific's also came out with. Yeah, a lot of flywheels. Oh my god, they have so many toys. The Fun Noodle, seasonal. That's a seasonal product. Go fly a kite. Did they invent the kite?
No.
They got a lot of toys.
Benjamin
guys.
Franklin did. I'm just kidding.
No, he invented the key.
The key on the kite.
Yeah. So anyway, there's the Fun Noodle. It's also used for LARPing.
Come again?
LARPing? You guys don't LARP?
No.
You don't know what that is?
I mean, maybe I do. I have no idea what LARPing is.
So LARP is an acronym.
Okay.
What do you think it stands for?
I have no idea.
Nothing to do with pools. Think medieval. That's a stellar hint.
Long arm
Uh huh.
repo program.
Perfect. When I
Okay,
think
but let's
medieval, I
go
think of
down that
long
path.
arm repo.
Somebody's just
maneuver, what'd you say?
repossessing your arms, your long arms.
That's where
No,
you
it,
pull it back in. Repoed.
LARP or LARPing. LARP stands for live action role play.
Oh, okay. So more obvious than
So-
the other one.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, you guys don't LARP? Yeah. So in medieval, you go out there and you hit your friends with a sword made out of a pool noodle, in the park or whatever. So it's also used for LARPing. Nothing to do with pools.
I thought it was something from like medieval times. I mean, that doesn't make sense why I said those words in that order, but when you ask the question.
All right, my next thing. So the signs, guys. The signs. Go to the pool. What does a normal sign say? You got no diving,
No running.
no running, no food
Take a
by
shower.
the pool. Is that one? Take a shower. No, don't not take a shower.
Now swim diapers are in there with a plastic cover.
Right.
I don't know what else.
No diving?
Well, I'm here's I think they need to add one more. I think they have to have no phones, because I think that phones could be such a distraction for not only kids, plus they take the kids, maybe take it to the pool or whatever. But don't you think that's a crazy thing now that parents could be on their phones taking their kids to a pool and they have no idea what the
Yeah.
kid's doing? The safety
Yeah.
concerns. There's lifeguards, but that's terrifying. Can you imagine if
Yeah.
our parents had a phone?
I
They were on
mean,
their phone while
Had
we were at the
Grandpa
pool when we were
Byron
kids.
been on his phone, I might not be here today. Like,
Right.
Dylan,
Yeah.
All three of us have been lifeguards. We had to watch everything.
yeah.
I know. In quotes. We were quotation lifeguards. We worked at a water slide. But there's so much going on and you're distracted by your phone. What if the lifeguard has to watch a different kid that's being
A little stinker.
crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if they have that
And they're-
sign now. I haven't seen it at a pool now, but
And
no
you think about the
phones.
ratios too, like a 1-to-2 ratio for one mom and 2 kids or whatever is way better than one lifeguard to 30 people. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like so much
'cause
can
I think
happen.
of I feel like I've seen so many Instagram posts in the past of took my kids to the pool, and then it's just like a picture of the mom in the sun, whatever. It's just like
Yeah.
she's probably on that phone the entire time.
Yeah.
Where are the kids? They also have to have a sign that says no hot dogs.
Hot
Just kidding.
dog.
Hot dogs was the perfect food for being next to the pool. That's something our Nana would always make. She'd come out with a big old tray of hot dogs. How did she serve it? She have a big tray of hot dogs? I don't-
So she
We
would
would eat
like,
them at her house.
no, we'd eat them at the pool. She would prepare them ahead of time and then somehow package them up. And then we'd go down to the pool and she would keep them from without getting soggy. I don't know how she did it. And we'd have Famous
Yeah.
Amos cookies with pecans in it.
Oh my gosh, Famous Amos cookies.
Yes.
That's
and
awesome.
then carrots. She'd always have carrots.
Boiled hot dogs, mind you.
Yeah.
Boiled.
P-
The cheap
I
ones,
still-
too.
I still love a good boiled hot dog, guys. I get judged for it.
Yeah.
I
but-
like the experience, but I don't eat meat anymore. So like there's other options out there. But yeah, I think it goes back to that nostalgic. There's just something about like a bun with the ketchup and mustard and relish, and it was just
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it's
Oh, man.
classic.
Is Famous Amos still around?
Have you ever looked
think
up the
so.
history of Famous Amos?
Yeah, it's crazy. It was
Yeah.
made by that one lady, right? Mrs. Fields or something? Didn't Mrs.
No.
Fields make it? Or-
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. It makes me think of The Office when the guy comes when they go to Florida and he's the founder of Famous Amos Cookies.
We always heard the rumor, there's the thing that parents would say that you can't eat. Maybe our parents didn't say it. I don't know. I'm trying to think when I heard it. You can't eat or you can't swim 30 to 60 minutes after your last meal. But I don't think we obeyed that anyway at Nana's.
I
Right?
don't think so either.
Your mic's off, Emma.
I think we would like we were waiting 30 minutes, but we never waited the actual 30 minutes. Like that's what they would tell us. It
Yeah.
would feel like 30 minutes, but it was probably like 10 or 15.
I
Okay.
don't know. I remember the thing that took the longest for me that drove me nuts was waiting for my sunscreen to soak in.
Right? And it just wash off because I waited like 1 minute.
Yeah.
I have a
Okay, so where did this myth come from? Do you guys have any idea?
no.
Parents.
Well, we can blame the Boy Scout Handbook. The handbook warned that if boys didn't wait at least 90 minutes before swimming, it will be your own fault. The manual admonished where the Boy Scout handbook got the idea isn't known, but it certainly wasn't accurate. Still, the fallacy has doggedly persisted over 100 years. So there you have it. There's no reason to avoid swimming after eating. In fact, eating a couple hours before you swim can actually give you more energy and staying afloat.
Yeah, that's not 30 minutes.
Yeah, a couple hours. Yeah, it was a rule in the Boy Scout handbook that you had to wait, though. Good RX says
That
there's
is
no
interesting.
evidence that you need to wait to enter the water after you eat. If you're going to swim laps or swim competitively, however, you may want to wait a little while to let your food digest. Eating too close any type vigorously activity can cause digestive upset, but it's still not dangerous. So
Interesting.
go ahead and eat. Pound that hot dog and dive on in. Just make sure you can dive in that pool. That's another one. There's no diving. That's another.
I
ain't diving.
I'm gonna link the guy who created Famous Amos.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna link this Shark Tank video. It's super interesting. He talks about it. I don't know what to believe, but he talks about his story about Famous Amos and what happened when he sold the recipe, and he says that the Famous Amos cookies now are not what he created. Kind of interesting.
Wow.
Anyway,
It all sounds vaguely familiar.
yeah, it's
Maybe I'd seen this before.
it's kind of interesting. I wonder if his new cookies are still around Kahuna.
Can we all agree, though, that the Famous Amos with macadamia nuts are not good?
I can't remember. I can't remember the one with the almonds, but that sounds so good. I love almonds.
Oh,
I don't know. I remember getting the ones with the macadamia nuts and being like, this isn't what I thought.
his name was Wally Amos.
He died?
No, it says his cookie place is closed.
You said was. Wally Amos.
Well, sorry.
He's very much alive.
I don't think he's gone.
Did you guys ever do swimming in gym when we'd go over to the rec center?
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
worst.
Did it for middle school.
Agree, it was the worst.
That
That was when they would check us for scoliosis.
I got checked in the locker room.
Yeah, back at Butler. Me too.
It felt very weird.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hated, so we'd go swimming and I'd have gym first period or something, some BS thing, and then I didn't want to take a shower in front of everyone because and then
Who does?
and then I'd dry off, and then I'd just smell like a pool all day, and I'd be so itchy with my clothes on. I hated it. Did you guys have to shower afterwards?
I didn't shower.
I would forget my swimsuit.
When you're a young lady, you could blame it on other things.
Yeah.
But I hated having it early in the morning because then it's they don't give you enough time to do your hair, so then you look goofy and you're already having to deal with kids who aren't nice, and I was always self-conscious after that, swimming.
Yeah, it's cool. It's crazy that we had that kind of luxury of having a pool next door, but I think it also just created more lazy things for our gym teachers. It's just I'll just go swimming today.
Yeah, it was the gym teachers just hung out. We were working our little heinies off.
Swimming laps. Except for that I mentioned first season of, we'd have to play that popping game and then go swim laps if we lost.
Perfection.
Perfection.
The popping game.
I loved though when we'd get done swimming laps and then we'd have free time for a long time and we'd just jump off the diving board, just do cannonballs.
Water polo.
I had
people
one thing. Oh yeah, and you'd have the things lined up,
the little swimming paddle. What would you call those? That's another pool thing.
Yeah, it's like a
board,
it's like a
kickboard?
safety board.
Yeah,
kickboard.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah. You have to knock it over. That was fun. I wish they taught us other things. I wish they taught us how to actually dive or do just a regular
real dive?
dive into the pool. Yeah. I would just jump into the pool. Look like a animal. Man, man. Anyway, that's just a couple things about pools, guys. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, they popped off in the 90s, and then safety concerns, and I think safety's still a big issue. A lot of people are scared to swim. I like a good pool. I'd rather be in a pool than the ocean, though, or than a lake, unless I'm like in the shallow
gross.
ends. Yeah. Tricky. One thing, is we also had, our family had the boat, and we go boating often. But I still was not a fan of the water then, going in the boat. I didn't even want to. But I think all mine goes back to just being cold. I just didn't want to be cold.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I've told Ryan, I don't like winter and going outside when it's cold because like my skin, like it feels like pins and needles all over my skin, and I just hate it.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts.
We did take the boat out with Ryan once.
Yeah.
I don't know where Katie was.
You guys went to Willard Bay. I couldn't make it. I had to work. I don't think it was like a last minute thing is what I thought, because I didn't know about it until a couple of days before.
Yeah, I think we planned it last second.
Yeah, we didn't plan it ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyhow, so go pools.
Yeah.
Have your girls done swim lessons?
They've done some swim lessons.
Yeah.
But COVID kind of happened, and how do you do swim lessons during COVID?
Yeah, I love the new like swim vest things that they have where they have like floaties around your arm and then it goes underneath the kids' arms. Like, I thought they were stupid when I first saw them. I was like, what is this junky thing that they're making kids wear? But it's actually really cool. And I don't know, it's nice. We actually would take them with us on vacation. We'd like pack them in a suitcase, like our floaties, because it's just that peace of mind, like having your kids at a pool. Even though it's a pain to drag them to another state, it's like, it's just nice to not have to worry about your kids. And not that we don't watch them.
Like the ones.
Yeah, but
it's not like the ones we had where it was just like a tube that went around you. And then like if you flipped over, you were stuck upside down.
Finley did have one of those and it worked out good. But because it was just like, because in my mind, I think it went back to, I thought the other ones were stupid. And I was like, no, she can use the ones that we had when we were growing up. And then as she got bigger, I was like, okay, those actually are pretty cool. So, but she had a pink one. We didn't have pink ones when we were little kids. They were all blue.
My brain is just going with all of the memories about swimming and nanas and all of the things.
Well, I have a game. So are you done with your pool talk, or do you have more information for us? Or
I could be done. No, I am done.
No,
that was it. I got nothing.
Right.
I was going to mention something, though, but I forgot. So
we're going to play the You're Getting Old game again, now that Nick's back.
Oh, one that Katie doesn't know the rules.
Okay, so I think we're going to play with the ones we made up the last time, though. Okay, so I'm going to read something, and you get a point if it applies to you. And the first one to 10 wins / loses.
That was hilarious hearing you guys suck at this. Let's just go with how many points you got.
But it's like the perfect example of how my brain works. It's like I heard the rules, they made sense, and then they forgot them.
You've tied something down, patted it, and said, "That's not going anywhere." You ever done that?
So I marked down if I've done it.
If you've done it, you get a point.
Okay. That's not going anywhere.
Okay, the next one is, you've scrolled the Spotify top 100 and said to yourself, who the hell are these people? I've definitely done that.
Does Apple count? I don't use Spotify.
Sure, yeah. Okay. Maybe that's...
Yeah,
maybe that,
wait. I don't want to break the rules here.
Maybe you get double points because you don't use Spotify. Just kidding.
You know what I found out?
Double points? Okay.
Hey, here's a PSA.
Okay.
Artists don't get paid as much for Spotify as they get paid for Apple Music.
Interesting.
That's sad.
Yeah.
How does YouTube Music compare?
I don't know. But also it's like 0.05...
It costs more to put your stuff on Apple Music, right?
I don't know. It's like 0.05 cents for each play on Spotify, for each song that gets played. But Apple Music is like 0.08 cents. So it's not a lot.
Okay, so it
but
says...
I like using that argument.
Okay, so I have... This is by VRPP. That's who. Although it won't let me. I must have too many tabs open. My computer's like, what's going on? Okay, so it's loading. It's loading. It's loading. Okay. So, oh my heck. Allow the cookies. Okay. So Spotify is 0.003. YouTube Music is 0.002. Pandora is 0.001. Amazon Music is 0.004. And then Apple Music is 0.008.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So it's interesting. It's more than double of the other highest, which is Amazon Music.
So Apple is the highest?
Yeah, and it's double Amazon, which is 0.004.
Oh.
Okay, but Tidal, do you know what Tidal is?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think it's the most, right?
So yeah, so they're actually 0.012. So
That's awesome. So
point
Tidal
zero.
is like it's like a super premium one that's actually owned by musicians.
Huh.
And it's like a higher quality and everything, but it costs more a month. And I don't think they have everything on it. And it just didn't catch on. But it's owned by like Jay-Z or something. So some group. Anyway, sorry I didn't get a point for that last one. I like all the new music. I keep up.
And you know
I regularly
everyone's
like,
names.
I don't know who this person is.
Yeah, I love new music.
Okay, so next one is you've had to explain to someone younger that text messages used to cost 5 cents each. Do you remember that? The text messages you have to pay per text, or like you get like 2,000 included in your plan, and then any more than that was more.
Oh, yeah.
I've
That's
never
funny.
explained it, but it's kind of funny.
It was unlimited. We used to have devices that didn't have the internet.
Yeah. In fact, phones like started having the internet more. Like I had an unlimited plan for, I think it was like $20 a month. I mean, now it's kind of sixes, but it was like they honored it for a while because even though their like cost went up, but they were like, well, I don't know why I'm trying
Your
to.
grandfathered in.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. But now it's like, it's interesting because you're throttled. There's no such thing as unlimited.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay. You look forward to the weekend, not so you can party, but so you can sleep.
Oh, here.
Okay, where are we at so far? I'm at 3.
3.
I'm at 4.
Okay, Katie's old. Okay.
Well, you said I got a
I
double
know.
point for the second one.
No, I was just teasing. You still post things on Facebook.
Oh, don't use Facebook.
Yeah. Okay, you owned a Game Boy Color.
I still have mine.
I love that. You've kept a box because it's a nice box.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good list. Those are good questions.
Okay.
That one and that's not going anywhere. Those are killers.
Okay, you know the song "I'm Just a Bill."
Well, I don't know it. I just know that 1st
You've heard it.
Yeah, I've heard it though.
You never watched Schoolhouse Rock?
Yeah, School of Rock. Jack Black.
Schoolhouse Rock is what that's from.
We didn't really watch it, but I've seen it before.
I remember my teacher rolling in the old audiovisual cart with playing it on it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay, you owned the original iPod, which I don't know. I think I owned like the second.
Yeah, the original one had the 4
yours
buttons.
was always color.
Mine was iPod photo.
No, Emily had the gray.
Mine had the black and white screen. It was the
Yeah.
second generation.
My first one was iPod photo, and then that one broke, and I bought a warranty through Best Buy, and so then I ended up getting an iPod video.
Yeah, I had a video too. Or I had a touch. Yeah, did I have a video or a touch? I think I had a touch.
I think I had a touch. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm at 6.
I literally found my first iPod this morning, and it's out in my shed. I should have brought it in to show you guys.
That's funny.
Man.
You grew up playing Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I
remember playing
wish.
this
I always wanted to play that game.
I remember playing this in 7th grade in our TLC technology class.
Yeah,
And
down by the wood shop.
Yeah, for some reason this was one of the stations was Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I never got to do that one.
Love that station. It was cool. It was like STEM, like it was like a STEM class, which is pretty like cool because
advanced for our era.
Yeah, because it's like, but it was weird because they only did it that first year.
Do you know what STEM stands for?
Science, technology,
engineering, mathematics.
Yay.
Okay, your original home phone number didn't have an area code, which we all get a point for that one.
942 Expo.
Did you know people judge folks now for area codes? Like, and people can tell like if it's an area code like if they're not 801, if they're 435. What are the area codes?
385 and 435.
I was like, oh, there's this 435. I got a 435 number coming in. Isn't that crazy?
That's typically either Logan or St. George. It's 435.
All I know is it's nobody I know. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I would never.
Just kidding.
Not in my world.
In fact, this is kind of weird, but last night I looked at my phone. Like, I didn't look at this. It just, like, popped up. And it says I have 311 contacts in my phone. Do you know how many you guys have?
Ooh, let's look.
I need to clean that out.
644.
Holy crap.
596. And that's on
my
my personal phone. And on my work phone. Oh, boy. Sorry. Scrolling. 258. So that's 8 something.
900. Okay, you had one of those packs that holds CDs for your CD player.
Mm-hmm.
I never had the big one like Emily. I didn't have enough CDs. I just had either the single.
I had 2 of them.
Do you still have them?
You gave me your small one?
I do still have them.
I liked putting my video games in those too.
Yeah. Like up at the cabin, we have our DVDs in it. Because it just makes it easier for the girls. Okay, the laugh crying emoji is on your list as frequently used emojis.
Is that a bad one to use?
I don't know. I think it apparently it ages you. But
yeah, it's a millennial thing.
Okay, I'm at 10.
I'm at 9. I got 9 points.
I'm at 10.
Oh, me and Katie are old.
You guys are old.
You're almost old.
No, I'm not. I got 9.
You'll be 30 next week. You're old.
Isn't that crazy?
You'll be 30 this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still 30 in my mind. Like the other day I was at the doctor and he asked me like my age. He like said, "Are you this old?" And I was like, "I don't know. You tell me." Anyway. Well, that was fun.
30. Man. Yeah, that was good. It's a fun game to play. Do you have many more of these? Maybe we should continue playing this game on the podcast.
Yeah, I've got stacks and stacks of them.
Oh my. We have to get... It'd be funny to get...
You've said, how do I make the text bigger?
I don't... It'd be funny to see Chandler, what she would say on some of them. Because there's some things like she's close to, but there's just some things that are just a little different.
Yeah.
Our ages. Which is crazy.
Ben and Ryan would be good too.
Well, that was fun. That was another long podcast.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Another one where we just go everywhere.
Yep.
We don't claim to be experts, okay?
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.